What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. Today I'll be talking about the 7 things that I do before I buy a single family rental. Number 1, I hire a real estate agent. The reason I hire a real estate agent is there's a lot of work that goes into searching for single family rentals available for sale. There's a lot of research, a lot of time spent, and you need to have professional skill set in order to be able to do these types of things, in my opinion. For me, it's easier and simpler for me to hire a real estate agent. That real estate agent already has all the tools, they have the knowledge, they have the time, they're compensated. Having all those things, I allow them to go out and find me 3 to 5 properties. I tell them what I'm looking for, the dollar amount, the community I want to be in, and the rental income that I want to achieve. Once they bring those properties back to me, I will start my process. Number 2, I perform a cash flow and a cash on cash investment analysis. The reason I'm buying the single family rental is so that I can make income. The only way I know if the property is going to make income is I need to do an analysis on the cash flow and on the cash on cash return. So I do that. Now, I'm not going to get in depth in this video about cash flow or cash on cash return. I've made a video on my YouTube channel that you guys can certainly go back and take a look at if you're interested in how to determine cash flow and cash on cash return on real estate. But for this video, I just want you to know it's an important thing you need to do in order to determine whether you want to buy a property or not. Number 3, I drive the neighborhood at night where I'm going to be potentially purchasing a home. And the reason I do that is because I want to make sure that that community has the right type of activity at night. Certainly want all of my tenants to be safe. I want my property to be in a growing and prosperous neighborhood. And I don't want a whole bunch of shenanigans or crime happening around a property that I own. Drive the neighborhoods where your property is going to be located at night so that you get a good understanding of what type of activity that goes on in those communities at night. Number 4, I do a search of my city and my county's public records so that I can take a look and see what are the plans at a city and county level for any potential property that I'm getting ready to buy. The reason I do that is I want to know what the long-term plan for that community is. At the end of the day, I want to get a great property that I can get great monthly rental income from, but more importantly, I can get a huge appreciation jump when it's time for me to exit that property. And I don't want to buy a property in a situation where in 2 years my city or the county is going to be putting a road through the community. That's not something that's going to be good for your property. More times than not, your property will lose value if there's a road coming through that community that the public has access to. So you want to make sure you do a search for your city or your county's master plan for that community, so that you know exactly what type of changes that are going to be made to that property in the next 5 to 10 years. Number 5, I do research to determine what percentage of the properties in the community that I'm getting ready to buy are owner users versus rental. The reason I want to know that statistical information is typically if you have a community that has a high concentration of renters, your property or your single family rental won't appreciate as quick. The reverse works if you have a high percentage of owner users in that community that actually live in their home, they purchased a home and they live in it full time. Normally you're going to have better appreciation when you have a higher percentage of owner users. So for me, that's extremely important, because again, not only do I want monthly income coming in, but more importantly, I want the house to appreciate a lot. And I already know statistics tell me if I got a high population of renters, It's not going to grow as quickly from an appreciation standpoint. So that's how I want to know that before I purchase that property. Number 6, I want to find out whether or not any potential single family rental that I'm getting ready to purchase is in a flood zone or not. The reason I want to know that information is flood insurance is pretty expensive. It can be very expensive or it can be mildly expensive. And that's all determined by the flood zone a particular property is in. Now, some properties aren't in a flood zone. If it is in a flood zone, then you want to determine how high or what is the risk level of flooding could occur in that community where you own that actual single family rental. If it's in a high risk to flood, much higher premiums. Low risk to flood, much lower premiums. And if you get a high flood insurance premium on top of your homeowner's insurance, then that may throw your expenses out of whack, and the property may not make sense for you to buy. Because if your expenses are going to exceed the income you can make, obviously you got negative cash flow and it's not a good property to take on. So I want to always know if the property is in a flood zone. Number 7, I always have a home inspection done of any single family rental I'm considering to buy. And the reason being is I want to know if there are going to be any capital expenditures, items like new roof, new air conditioning unit, re-plumbing of the whole house, have new electrical put in the whole house, or if I got a foundation issue. I want to know that before I enter into a purchase contract with a seller. And I hire a licensed residential home builder to go out and perform these home inspections on any single family rental that I'm thinking about buying. It's well worth it, guys. Couple things that inspection report will do for you. Number 1, it'll tell you what's wrong with the property, if anything's wrong with it from a major standpoint. Second, if there is something majorly wrong with the property, you have the opportunity at that point to go back to the seller and negotiate a lower price on the property. Extremely important, that home inspection. Well, guys, I hope those 7 things that I do before I buy a single family rental were helpful. Give me a thumbs up if you liked the video. If you're stopping by the channel for the first time, please consider subscribing and share the video. Guys, keep chasing greatness, and I'll catch y'all on the next video. Peace. If you want 2 free stocks, Webull is going to give you 2 free stocks when you open up a Webull brokerage account, and you can deposit any amount of money in that brokerage account. They're going to give you 2 free stocks valued up to $2,300. That's right, guys. You heard me correctly. You can put $1 in that new brokerage account, and Webull is going to give you 2 free stocks valued up to $2,300. So after the video, I want you to go to the description box of the video, and I want you to click on the Webull link. Sign up for Webull, open your new brokerage account, and get those 2 free stocks, man. And you're going to have an opportunity to start building wealth with that brokerage account. Today's video is sponsored by my company, RF Financial Consulting. And in my company, I work with individuals just like you through financial mentoring and coaching sessions. And in those 1-hour sessions, we talk about strategies to help you get to your financial freedom, whether it be through real estate investing, stock market investing, creating additional streams of income, credit card arbitrage, or starting and growing a business. If that's something that you might be interested in, there's an email address in the description box of the video. Send me an email and let's discuss if I'm the right fit for you.